Yo, welcome back to the Real Football Podcast, episode 11. We are about to jump into Sunday and Monday's games of the Premier League. Quick pick. And just like if y'all haven't watched the last video, Jake is the champion from last week. He's the new Jake Stradamus. Shout out to David for getting second place as well. But the picks that we'll be talking about today, what's up?
Second place out of nowhere. He was dead last and then perfectly predicted. Shout out David.
Yeah.
The first person since we started keeping score to perfectly predict a score line, and he went back to back.
He went back to back. 96, 97. I was very upset, actually. But here's the games we got. Chelsea, Tottenham, Southampton, Man United, Arsenal, Wolves, Leicester, Fulham, and West Ham, Aston Villa. So, Jackson, starting with you, the game of the week. But it may not be the hardest game to pick. Chelsea, Tottenham, who you got?
I've got Tottenham. I actually had a draw starting out 1-1, but the way Tottenham played and their first top of the table, they've been on fire. Kane's son, they're just incredible. I just don't see Chelsea stopping them. They are getting Thiago Silva back. They missed him. They got him back today in the Champions League. He should be ready to go. Why I'm not choosing Chelsea, why I decided to give Tottenham the upper edge is because of the way Chelsea's been played against the big games so far this year.
Yep.
Draw against United. I'm sure you guys were disappointed you just drew United. And then the big loss to Liverpool. Until Chelsea proves – this might be Jake's logic here. Until Chelsea proves they can draw or beat a big team, I'm not going to choose them. So I'm going to go Spurs here. It should be a great game. I mean, Chelsea's got all the talent in the world. I just think Tottenham's got the better finishes. Jake?
I know there are no fans, but the battle for the bridge. What was it? Chelsea Tottenham 2016 2016. The game that gave Leicester the title. The Diego Costa threw to Hazard, puts it top corner. Dude, that game had 50 fouls. Dude, that game was awesome. I'm thinking something similar to that. I've got 2-2 here. I just can't pick against Tottenham, and I also don't want to pick against Chelsea, so I'm going to pick against neither of them. Chelsea obviously have a lot going forward. I don't know if Tottenham's defense won't stop them, but then I also think it's true the other way. So I'm going to go 2-2 here. I think it will be a shootout. I wouldn't be surprised if there were more than 4 goals, but I think this is going to be really good as long as Timo puts them away with some confidence and looks to score before he looks to pass, as long as it's in the 6-yard box.
Hey, I think we need to – hold on. We need to talk about that. Timo, he's looking off, man. He's looking like – I don't know how he's looking like he's lost confidence. I don't know if he's more of a team player. I don't know if Tammy has messed up his psyche. But I even watched him today, and Chelsea won. Well, we beat Renee. But Timo had a chance to put the game away at the end of the game. Missed, and then Giroud got the rebound, put it in. But Timo is not looking right for me, and it's concerning. Luke, how y'all feel?
You think that putting him out on that wing and letting Tammy go through the middle, you think that's changed anything? Okay, yes. Dave, you go ahead, David. You seem to be very passionate.
Yeah, Tammy hater, please give a reason.
Whoa! I'm not a Tammy hater. I'm just factually understanding that just because he had to play because someone was hurt doesn't mean he forced his way into the lineup. But we're not going to talk about
he's
that.
Played well.
Look, I never denied he has, but just because you played good, just because you played because someone's hurt does not mean you forced your way in there. You're there because you were backup. You forced your way into your lineup. They wouldn't have paid millions of dollars for Werner in the first place. Anyway,
I guess that's why they started Havertz today.
Champions League doesn't matter. Sorry, against a bad team, get a better answer. But anyway,
right, Champions League doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. They
No,
are
speaking of
at the top. How many games are they ahead? They don't have to play everybody. Hudson Odoi started. They don't have to play their people that pay money, So my thing is that whenever he started off at the beginning of the year, Werner was doing bad, and he's always on the wing at the beginning of the season. And then whenever he first went off and he scored those 2 goals against, I forgot whoever it was the first game. I said, they need to put him in the middle. And when they put him in the middle, first 2 goals. and he does better there. He's more comfortable because whenever you're on the wing, you're supposed to want to score, but you're pass first though in that situation, and he's their striker. So if you're on the wing, you're pass first at the when you're cutting in. I mean, what do you want him to do?
Luke, what you got?
I genuinely don't disagree with that. I think that I do think Timo is more comfortable up the middle, but I'm not gonna hype onto this worry train that that he's struggling. I think he's fine. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh no, we got another Murata because he missed 2 chances.
Hey,
I agree with you.
I think he's gonna be fine. He's a good player. He missed a chance, but he also made a great run and made a perfect pass to Tammy on this in the same game. I don't think he's as affected as we want to think he is just because he missed a couple chances. I mean, he gets another chance, I think he's gonna put it away. I have confidence in him, and I think that's the best way to look at it too. That's a big Chelsea problem is they're like, oh no, this guy we just bought, he's terrible, and then
but
how do you play for the fan base?
It's a legit
automatically stuck because you missed a chance. So
it's a legit fear though, bro. Murata, I was so happy, and then 70 million wasted. We haven't found a good striker after Costa. I mean, I don't know.
Falcao.
That's what I mean. I'm telling you, I know I agree with what you're saying, but it does put a little bit of fear in me. Just yo, you better put the ball in the back of the net, man. But I think the beauty of Chelsea is it's not all on him. Ziyech will score, Mount, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, who could argue he's starting too, but that's another topic. There's other people who can carry his weight, but it does scare me a little bit. But anyway, enough about Chelsea, best team in the world. Jake, what was you talking about? Did you make a prediction?
Yeah, I did. I said 2-2, but I will say that the one time when Timo did put his head down and took on their whole team and then played that ball across, he was working through the middle. I think, I know wherever he was, somehow they shifted him over. I think still I would put him through the middle. I don't know. You ever switch formations in the middle of the game? You look up and the field just looks so much different. I think he's looking at the field from this left wing. It's just such a different. He doesn't really know. The angles are different for his shots, so he's ready to pass. I don't know.
I mean, I think my biggest thing is Tammy deserves to play. I agree with Luke. I think Tammy's
2 strikers though, right?
You run, yeah.
My thing is, who do you put? If you move Werner to the middle or go 2 strikers, you do a 4-4-2. Who's on the left? Who's the left wing now?
Mount.
So you go Mount, Conte, Kova, and then Ziyech.
Ziyech on the right. Yeah.
It's the exact same, just further back.
Yeah.
I can see it. I think they don't trust.
Havertz could play that wing too. He could play outside.
Pulisic can play that way too.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. Well, we got to talk about him later, but I think his time might be up. I hate to say it, but
this dude.
Talk about it. He's soft.
Pulisic needs to retire.
I mean,
he's soft, man.
All right, Luke, who you got, man?
I'm gonna go Chelsea here. I will say, Jackson's points about Chelsea not playing well against big teams. I don't know if I can buy into that, considering we started Andreas Christensen against Liverpool, and he did everything he could to ruin that game by himself. And, he's terrible, and we've got him off the field. Kepa's off the field. A lot of those games have just Liverpool was just a giant flop on our part. We lost the game a lot more than they beat us. And their press is big, and our defense was bad. It was just a recipe for disaster from the start. But I think we're a different team now. I think our defense is solidified. Our attack has gotten confidence. I think we're a different team than we were at the beginning of the year. But that being said, I do want to see us play against a more solid team because we have been kind of just beating up on some smaller teams lately. But I think we have the firepower to beat it. Tottenham, they score at will. Son and Kane, that's as good a duo as you can find in the Prem right now. So, I am worried about this happening. But I think 2-1 Chelsea, I think that's a very possible score. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. But I got to stick with Chelsea here. John, what you got?
Yeah, carrying from that, I will say I think it will be a lot of fun to watch. I think we're going to see a lot of the counterattack in this game. I think the midfield is going to be where the game is going to be won or lost. And when I look at both teams, might be a controversial statement. I like Chelsea's midfield a little more, but it's hard not to say Tottenham's going to have momentum. So after seesawing back and forth and not really saying anything direct, I'll say Chelsea 3-2. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my prediction. David?
Ooh.
My prediction's the exact same. I got Chelsea 3-2. I enjoy watching them play. They're very good. Like Luke said, their defense has gotten a lot better. They're more comfortable as a whole. I will say, I don't hate Tammy Abraham, as Luke thinks. I do not hate him. He does really well.
Only Daniel Sturridge, right?
What?
Only Daniel Sturridge, right? That's who you hate.
I hate that guy. He's absolutely
Yeah.
terrible. You don't have to
Rubbish,
talk about that. That guy's just ugh.
I hope
Anyway.
he's not watching the show.
He probably is.
No, if you are Daniel, like and subscribe, bro. Yeah, like and subscribe.
Hey, man, if
We'll
you-
upgrade your players in FIFA 23.
You can go one-on-one. I'll take Daniel Sturridge on. Anyway. But no, I think they're, they found out who they are. Whenever, even now, they don't have everyone back still, and they're not like 100% with all the, the people they paid for and everything. They've still been looking great, and they're in great form, so I'm going to go 3-2. Chelsea. T?
I got 2-2 draw, man. And I think Jackson proved Jackson, did you pick Chelsea or Tottenham?
I seem to be the only one that is picking Spurs.
Okay. I don't think that was dumb. I almost did. And I think what Jackson's point was, who have we really beat to solidify that we'll be a hot team like Tottenham? And when I look at the fixtures, I don't see anybody. But it's Tottenham, known to choke, yes. And then I look at the past, I think for the past 5 head-to-head matches, Chelsea has won. They haven't been blowouts, but it's been 2-1, 2-0. One was on PKs. So with all that being said, I definitely don't think we'll lose. But I can't say we will beat them because, Kane's son, they at least scoring twice, and we got to match that. I think a draw here is safe bet. But honestly, I would probably lean towards Tottenham. But I don't know, man. It's hard to pick Jose. I love Jose. My Jose love is still there from my Chelsea days. So it's hard for me to go against him. But this is going to be a great game. I hope. Now, you ever know, the game should be so good, but then it's Tottenham has games where they suck, and Chelsea does too. So it's going to be weird.
Shout out to Jose for Man City dominating that game and him sticking to his guns. He could have totally panicked after they dominated and they had chances. He could have switched to 5 at the back. He could have done anything. I mean, he stuck with it, and he looked like after that second goal, a commentator said, this man looks like a genius, because he is. He came out of the box, and he was like, man, it's 2-0. It's over. You knew it was over. It sucked all the air out of the stadium. You knew it was over again.
He doesn't get enough credit, and I think people just don't like him for his personality, but he's kind of what's that, Bob? I wasn't going to say Bob Knight. That's not the same. But everybody hated Bob Knight, but he was a great coach, kind of, sort of. And same with Jose, not the best personality, but, I mean, I talked about this in the text. Man, they sucked. He got them second in the Prem, y'all. And the team was trash. So it's something to think about. All right, next game.
Yeah.
What's up?
Jake, you said there will be no fans at this match for this London derby. But I don't know if you guys saw it, but the Premier League went out and said that there will be some fans starting depending on COVID cases in your area. So I'm thinking places like Newcastle, Southampton, Brighton, not as populous. They're gonna be starting to have some fans, and that could help them honestly in home games. Maybe get some more results. But yeah, hopefully the reverse fixture when Chelsea go to Tottenham, there will be fans in the spring.
For sure, that is something to think about.
Do you think players will start to perform better once the fans are there? I know the fans are going to be amped because they've been cooped up and they're getting out and they're going to be hyped. So do you think that maybe that's going to add more pressure, or do you feel like the players are going to use that and we're just going to see a lot more energy from the teams?
I think small teams, it helps. Bigger teams, it hurts.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Man, you get booed. Sheffield, you lose 6-0, and they're like,
come on!
Keep going. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what on the line? They score one goal with 1-6, and the dude's got his shirt off running out of the stands.
Dude, Gareth Bale's first game at Real Madrid, they booed him off the field. His first match, they were whistling for his substitution and then booed him off the pitch. Yeah, I think it does help because, I mean, like you said, there are going to be some crazy fans in those smaller stadiums. dude, I do not want to play at Newcastle when they're 5 feet away from the field, going crazy for nothing. But you go to United where it's more pedestrian. You go to Arsenal. They say Arsenal is like a funeral home. They say it is quiet. They make fun of it all the time, man. They say you can hear the traffic driving by on the road. They make fun of it. But yeah, I agree with it's going to help small teams a lot.
For sure.
So,
all right.
Man U, Southampton?
Yeah, next game, Man U, Southampton. I think this was harder. I almost think this was harder than Chelsea Tottenham. Jackson, Southampton. Hold on. Before we start, Southampton beat your Wolves, man. So
No,
you
they
got to
didn't.
pick them, right?
No, they didn't beat us. We drew.
I mean, it was a draw.
Dude, everybody, like the NBC commentators and the halftime show, they're like, they're all picking Southampton to win because, like, oh, they got the better team, and then Wolves came out, shooting cannon second half, got the draw. Might should have got the win.
Yeah, they should have. They should win. That's the problem, Jackson. They should.
I don't know. Southampton's they're a lot better than people should think. Like, they're not a contender, but they're definitely not a pretender. They're just sitting on the whatever.
On the cusp.
For this one, they play Man U. Man U is on a streak. They beat Everton, beat West Brom. They showed today that their loss against Istanbul was a fluke, and we're all in their mind, just a midweek downfall. Well, I believe Man U is just as good as we believe, and I don't see them choking to Southampton. This is a game they're going to show up for, and they're going to clean sheet them 2-0.
I love Southampton. Theo Walcott, I mean, I know it was his first goal, but he has been incredible all year. I guess
should have won the game for them.
Yeah, you've been saying that too, Jake. He's been doing well.
Yeah. He looks different, man. I'm glad that we got rid of him and he revitalized his career. I love this team. I love their shape. I love their determination. I love that they lost Danny Ings and they still score goals. Like, this team, they have some resolve or something, and their manager was my vote for October manager of the month. I love everything about this team. United, obviously, it's a smaller game. They might not show up. Coming off the short week in the Champions League that Southampton don't have to worry about. So when I take all that into account, I've got United 2-1. It makes perfect sense for United to lose this match, so they won't. That's about as scientific as I can get. I've got United 2-1. I think that out of nowhere, they're really locked up at the back. They concede one off of something. It's United. I just think that, Bruno Fernandes went off against Istanbul.
Nasty goals.
Could have had a first half hat trick if he hadn't given up the penalty to Rashford. So this dude is in form, and he's playing real football now. You always say that I hate Bruno, but when he's not just taking penalties, I'll congratulate him on what he's doing. He's playing great football. I just think this is a game that United can't lose, so they won't. So I've got them 2-1. Luke?
This is a tough one for me. I'm not going to lie, because I have been talking up Southampton for a couple weeks. And last week, I spent all that time talking up Southampton, and then I picked Wolves to win in that same fashion that you kind of did just there. I don't know why, but I can't pick Southampton to lose this week, and I know I very well might be the only one to do it. Even if it's just because I appreciate what they've been doing so far this year. I'm gonna give them the win. I think they're gonna win 2-1. I just think that they've got a team that they're confident about. Everybody's kind of fell into their roles and solidified. Shea Adams is finally getting confident. Walcott's been good. Redmond, Ward-Prowse, like, they've just got guys that have been around. They've kind of just made their home at Southampton and just kind of do their job. And I don't know. I'm gonna pick Southampton. I'm gonna do it. I may look stupid. I hope I don't, but
you will.
We'll see.
But this could be the pivotal game for you.
Yeah, this might be their shot. They may say, "Hey, we're not pretenders," even though they still are. They might be like, "Hey, we're not pretenders." So,
okay.
And then they'll play an actually good team, and they'll.
So Luke, if
John, what you got, man?
Well, what? Wait, look, Luke, what do you?
If Man U loses this game, is Ole Gunnar back in the hot seat, or did Man U lose to a good team? And it's okay to lose to Southampton.
I don't think it's ever okay for them to lose to Southampton. Like, no matter how good they are, it's like,
You're Manchester United.
yeah, you
you
don't
never-
lose to teams that aren't
Too high a standard.
Tottenham or Chelsea or City.
Yeah,
I think he's still in the hot seat. They just turned down the burner a little bit.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They're good playing the Champions League. Probably helps.
Yeah.
Probably helps. You know,
Yeah.
cool it a little bit.
Istanbul though, but
Yeah, I mean,
Still
if you get
tied.
out of the knockout round, you get out of the knockout round.
true.
Doesn't matter who you play.
You got it. But yeah, no, Luke, if you look stupid, I'll probably look stupid too. I'm not going to give Southampton a win, but I don't know. I like Theo Walcott. Terrence can attest to that. I've always liked Theo Walcott at Arsenal. I like his hair. I like the trim. That's something that has not been mentioned yet. I think he's really rocking that. Don't know how that'll impact his ability, but yeah, the haircut is fire. I'll say that what's going to happen is that Southampton will score first, but then I feel like by some way of whether it be VAR, some call, Man U is going to pull it back, and then it'll be a 1-1 draw. Just enough to where we'll still be talking about Southampton next week. Like, well, they draw, like just to give us more content, really. What do you think, Dave?
Gosh. Man, I'm gonna go with the 2-1. I think I had it at 2-1. Southampton. So Luke, you are not
Let's
alone.
go.
Oh my
You're not
gosh.
alone, my guy.
Never walk alone.
Yeah, I don't care that Man U pulled it out last week. I still don't like them. You know, Bruno Fernandes is their only and Rashford are their only two constants for me, like playing well. Everyone else, you know, they do their job when they're subbed in or when they're not or when they're playing or whatever it is. And especially the midfield besides Fernandes is shaky. And up top going forward, Rashford does well, but he's not always at that level that he is wanting to be at.
Yeah.
Wanted to be at. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Southampton.
Wow. I like the boldness, folks.
Always.
So I think last week, I said last week Southampton was gonna lose 2-0 to Wolves. And that's my fault for listening to Jackson. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm just playing Jackson. I gotta mess the Wolves up, maybe mad this year. But anyway, I'm going 3-1 Man U. I said Southampton were gonna get the wake-up call last week. But I think today they actually answered the phone and the wake-up call will be there. Man U will win this game. And I think it's nothing against Southampton. I think just Man U is better. Bruno's feeling good. Rashford put the ball in the back of the net finally with a penalty, so that helps. Marshall's back. To me, I'm just like, Southampton, you got to prove it. That's why I'm not picking them. So, hey, you can prove it here if you want to. I'll take it. But I trust Man U more than Southampton, barely. But I do trust them.
Am I wrong to say, is it bad for me to say I think Martial's heart garbage?
I mean,
he's a Premier League player.
They all are. Yeah, so at the end of the day,
Nah, he's
He is
good.
on a professional team. So is Courtois. He's the fourth goalkeeper on Chelsea's on their roster, but you know he's not playing right now. So he's good now.
he had some shaky moments against West Brom. Marshall did.
Sorry, Petr Cech. Sorry. My
Yeah.
bad.
I got
I was looking, sorry.
Courtois chilling in fourth.
Yeah.
Why haven't we been using him?
Yeah, that's
Right.
a Courtois. I meant Czech or whatever. They're goalie.
He's the coach and the goalie.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But Martial's not a striker. They've tried to make him be a striker all year. I don't
He's
know.
a winger.
He's a winger. I mean, they bought him from Monaco to play on the wing, and he played on the wing until they sold all their strikers. So if there's any problems, you got to blame the manager or the board, I guess, because he's a fine player when he comes off the wing. He's incredible off the wing, but he's not a striker.
And I think, another thing is, where's Rashford? Is he a 9? Is he a 9 or is he a 11? Like, is he a winger or a striker? I can't figure it out.
They play him wherever they want.
They play him on the wing and Marshall as striker, but I really think they should switch it. But I don't know. I don't trust them. Don't trust them at all. All right, next game is a game for Jackson and Jake.
Yeah.
And this game, I look at it and it looks underwhelming to me. I don't get excited looking at this game because I don't trust none of these teams. And yes, I'm calling y'all out. We got Arsenal, Wolves.
If you keep talking about my Wolves, I'm gonna have to really fight you. Like seriously. Like I will drive to the screen. I will drive to where you're at and fight you.
I'll officiate.
Oh, ruin your
mate.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Chelsea,
Oh,
mate.
please. All right, we gotta look. I know you're looking at we drew Southampton. You gotta see that before the game, I saw that Cody was out. Even though he's negative for the virus, he still wasn't ineligible to play. That messed up everything for Nuno because Cody, it's his first game that he did not play since we got promoted. It was like 4 years running, like even in the Champions, he had not missed a game. That messed up our whole formation. Nuno had never went 4 at the back. It's always been 3 at the back. With Cody gone, we had to do 4 at the back. We actually changed our formation twice during the game. Started 4-3-3, switched to we started 4-4-2, switched to a 4-3-3, and then finished 4-3-2-1. I know, right? So without Cody, it just messed up because the way Wolves play, we like to get Cody to send those long balls out to Semedo, and he gets the ball to Traore down the wing, and then, send crosses into Jimenez and get his head on it. It messed up the whole way we were playing because Bali does not have that in his skill set. He can't pin balls. So he had to give the ball back to Rui. Every time there was pressure, he had to give it back to Rui. Rui had a signal when we lose possession. This is the way Wolves play. They just couldn't play the way they wanted. I was honestly happy we got a draw out of that one. Obviously always want the win. I was proud we got the draw. Anyway, looking forward to Sunday's game against Arsenal. Both clubs, Jake is on my way. They're underperforming. Like I'm looking at Wolves in the 9 spot. I don't think that's a surprise. Wolves usually hang out. Or you think we're going to be first? Like,
Hold on.
Usually hang out like in the 6th, 7th, 8th spot and 9th. We're like 1 point from 6th.
So you're supposed to do worse or better each year? Y'all supposed to be better than that, bro.
One win, we could be in 5th place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's still early. It's still really early. Anyway, the last match of Arsenal I was unable to watch, but Arsenal kicked our butts. And
on the score line, yeah.
Yeah. You were able to hold Traore back. And I think it's important for this match. I want to see Pedro Neto over Traore. Traore, he's not consistent for 75 minutes. He just can't do it. Especially 90. He just loses his cells.
Does Neto play on that side, though? I was wondering.
They play on the same side.
I thought Neto – okay, so Neto's a right winger. Yeah. I thought he played on left wing.
He scored his goal from left wing.
Yeah.
So I guess Podence can go back and forth.
Because that's what I wanted to ask you, Jackson. Like, should Neto be starting?
Oh, absolutely.
I think he should.
Absolutely. I really don't know why Traore – maybe Nuno was looking at maybe Traore could add another level, that speed. But Arsenal proved that Traore is nothing for them. They can easily stop him. Maybe bring him on late if we're really in need of him. Need some fresh legs. Yeah, I just looking at these squads. I'm just gonna go 1-1 draw, but partly because I will never pick against Wolves, and second, I don't want to hurt Jake's feelings.
So sweet.
Sweet. Love to see
it.
Jake. Yeah, well, you're talking about the last time we played, I believe. What was it, Arsenal 2-0? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. It was 1-0, and Traore, bearing down on goal, misses a chip by 6 inches. If he doesn't miss that, I'm fully convinced that Wolves win that match. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say that we dominated or anything like that. Talking about Arsenal's last game, I can't believe we're to the point where I'm glad that Arsenal drew Leeds. I am happy. 1 point against Leeds. I'm so happy. That tells you the state of our club right now. I wish you guys could understand. But we didn't concede, so that's a plus, right? I mean, you always got to look at the positives. We didn't concede. I don't know if 4 at the back is the answer. I said it was the answer. we didn't concede, so maybe it is. I'd like to try it out a little bit more. I'd like to try it out more with Saka up top instead of Willian. And I think with this squad, like I said, we finally put Aubameyang through the middle. And I was so glad that Aubameyang was in the middle because we struggled with we had service, but nobody was finishing. Well, when we switched to Aubameyang, we had no service. So we are players short. I know 10 men didn't help, but Pepe wasn't helping anyway. Honestly, right now, it's either are you going to not have a striker or are you not going to have service? So I don't know what we do. I'd love to try Saka up there. And honestly, we're playing Willock in the midfield. We need some signings if we're going to compete. So I'm not on Arteta out or anything like that.
Hold on. Need some signings. You got Party. You know what I mean? That don't count?
We got Party who, we can't play
Got
him
Gabriel
at the same time. So, no, the back line I'm not too worried about. You have to score goals to win games. We don't have an 8 and we don't have what would that be? We don't have a 7 and we don't have an 8. And we could move people. We don't have either an 8 or a 10 and we don't have a 7. I think we need somebody because I don't know who is going to win games with Willian and Willock starting. So I'm not out on Arteta. I know with Arsenal it's always about we need signings, whatever. But Wolves, honestly, like that Cody was a huge loss, and they still fought their way back in. And I really thought that they were going to go ahead and do it at the end of that match. And the Southampton goal was awkward. It was like they kind of Semedo switched off. They kind of stopped playing. I think they lost where the ball was, and then that free runner at the back post. Yeah. I'm on this wave where if Arsenal win, I'm really excited because I'm an Arsenal fan. But I'm going to pick against them because if they lose, I can still be excited because I just got 3 points. So I've got Wolves here, 2-1. I'm going to keep picking against never bet on your team, okay? Never bet on your team because you need to be happy no matter the result. So I got Wolves here 2-1. Luke, what you got?
Well, I actually have the exact same score. Wolves 2-1. Arsenal, they just didn't look like they could put it together. And you said you wanted to try Saka. Is Saka good to go next week? Is he? Because he got hurt.
Yeah, I follow a doctor that watches the Premier League, some sports physician. He thought it was like a dead leg kind of situation, like a bone bruise, something. I don't know.
He's probably fine next week. He just got like a hit in the leg or whatever.
It wouldn't be structural. It would just be really painful.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be in, but hopefully we'll see him off the bench at least.
Yeah. But like you said, they're kind of struggling for some playmaking, some creativity, and Pepe was really their best chance at that, and he's just Pepe. So
okay, Luke, was it worth the wreck? Like, it was soft, man, right? Am I wrong to say he probably shouldn't have been sent off, but technically he has to be?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. Like, probably, but was it necessary? Is where I would go back to.
You see dudes getting in each other's face all the time. It's just a little head nod. I don't know. It wasn't Zidane.
Man, that's what I saw. I saw Zidane like that.
That
straight red.
We thought if you were watching later on in the game, they showed that had been brewing for a couple of minutes, the incident. And that's what people try to do. That's what Brighton did to us when they beat us last time we played. They try to get under our skin, and when you're Arsenal, when you're a big club, you have to be ready for that. That's part of the other team you're playing. And they baited us right into it. Famous Diego Costa, how he used to do it at Chelsea. They baited us right into it. We went down to 10 men. The match was over for 3 points.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am on that. Like, yeah, maybe didn't deserve the red card, but could have easily been avoided. Like, when you're a top level player and you are, like, you just can't let people get to that. Like, Pepe has the talent to be great, and it's things like that make him not great. Like, and that's just, that's how you get to the top, is by putting those people under your feet and scoring 2 goals. Like, instead of giving them a little head nudge.
But I think that shows I think it's more of an Arsenal thing. If you play for Liverpool, you laugh at them and win. You play for Arsenal, you're pissed off.
Yeah, that's the culture I'm talking about. Like, good players like that, they don't worry about those little guys that have a lot to say. They just go beat them. So that you don't see Salah getting red cards. You don't see Mane getting red cards. They'll just be like, all right, I'm going to go drop a hat trick on you. So Like
Much more fun.
that's just the culture that like Arsenal's got to figure out. They've got to get somebody in there that's just going to say, man, talk all you want. I'm going to go score some goals.
So do you think Guendouzi actually, Guendouzi played really well last year. We sent him off to where is he, Jackson? Hertha Berlin, is that right?
From Berlin, yes, sir.
Right, yeah.
He because after that when Brighton beat us, he asked them how much they were making every week. Like when they were walking off the pitch, he was like, "Look at me, I play for Arsenal. I'm making more money than you." So we sent him off for that. So it's been going on for a while now, and even with players that are new to the squad, is it frustration with us, or is it like a mentality? Like what do you think it is?
Like what is it that makes that culture?
Yeah, because we've been doing it multiple players for multiple years and have nothing to back up our ability to talk.
I don't know. Like maybe like go more low profile with signings, like get the gritty people that have had to work with it, get the Jamie Vardy types, like, but like really like culture is so hard to figure out, man.
I mean, I think losing makes you mad.
It takes a lot of factors. What do you say, T?
Yeah, I think my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I think losing just makes you mad. Like Pep, like think about it, bro. You know how many things you can say to Pepe right now? 70 million headbutt. You don't score headbutt. Only in Europa headbutt. Like yeah.
Yep.
So it's just like when you and I feel like y'all know how it is. Like you play in the sport, you always losing. Your team is getting whooped. You every little thing makes you upset. So I wouldn't even say it's Pep. Like of course it's Pepe, but this culture of you should be good and you're not. That does something to your psyche, bro.
I think Arsenal has like a standard too. Like I think then that makes it like when they are underperforming, it'd be easy for them to respond negatively to that. Like they know they're underperforming, and then when people call them out for it, that just makes them even more mad. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like Arsenal, they make some flashy signings a lot of the time, where they come in and they're just like, oh, here, let me hand you a lot of money. Let me hand you this starting spot so that you can not try very hard and we can get more losses and draws and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. Like maybe you sign somebody that's proven themselves but doesn't get that worldwide recognition, doesn't maybe come with a big price tag. He shows up in the locker room and everybody's like, why'd we buy this dud? He can't play. And that guy's like, okay, man, talk all you want. I'm going to take your spot and I'm going to go do my thing. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it just takes, like, getting the right player to change the culture. Like, when you have a player that just shows up, does his job, and goes home and doesn't talk, doesn't worry about what's going on around him, like, those are the players that can change the locker room. So I don't know who that guy is, but, like, maybe they just need to change the way they're looking at players before they buy them.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like they –
like Aubameyang went directly into the squad first day. Like Lacazette went into the squad first day. Party went into the squad. Gabriel Leno went into the squad first day. There's no fear. You can do it. There's really no expectations there. Like there's no competition. I think that we are. I mean, like Chelsea, shoot, there are people 100 million or 80 million, and they got to fight for their spot. I mean, Tammy Abraham's playing every day for free from the academy. There's nothing like that at Arsenal right now. I don't know if it needs to be 3, 4, 5 more years of signings and start to actually winning games, but there's no competition, so there's no fear of failure right now.
I like it. So, Luke, who'd you have again?
I had Wolves 2-1. We went on a tangent there, but
it's all good.
Maybe that'll help Coach Arteta. Maybe he'll take some notes and
Hey,
go get the right guy.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I'm up. Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
No, I had a question. Well, before we get off that tangent, who's Arsenal's captain right now? Who's wearing the armband?
It should be Aubameyang.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like what might help is if they got like someone maybe with like, I don't know, kind of like that older body with that experience, like settle down, lads. Like let's just get that unification together. And like, I don't know, maybe Aubameyang is that guy. I mean, I don't know how old Aubameyang is. If he's late early 30s?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, so you're thinking? 30, so Thiago Silva, they should have got Thiago Silva, something like that.
Yeah, they need someone maybe with a little bit of like some age on him, maybe like that leader of men trait on FIFA you see. And then you've got these young guys up top that are getting really fired up. They're just like, calm down a little bit, and maybe they find some composure. I don't know.
I mean, you got David Luiz, you got Willian. I feel like Jake, I feel like they're trying that gritty, somebody older, somebody who's played But
Right.
it's
There,
tough.
there comes a point when you can be the guy that hypes them up in the locker room before the game, and you can be that presence, but you have to be a good player at the end of the day. Like
Right.
William and David Luiz are not in our top 5 best players. I don't care. You can bring in motivational speakers all you want and put a jersey on them. Like these, you have to be a stud kind of player to get people to listen to you and to be able to control situations like that.
And I don't know that those guys were like, they were good players, obviously, and they've won games and things like that. But I don't know if they were ever the really tough and really like
They were free. That's why.
gritty. Yeah, like they very well could be the guy that shows up and like, oh, here's a lot of money. Here's a locker room that doesn't care at all about winning. Like, I'll just fall in. That's a lot easier. And then there they are. Like, I don't think that they're the John Terry type, like those guys that they just, they own the locker room. Like they're the guy and they show you, like they make sure everybody's in the right spot. I don't know if they were that guy before they came to Arsenal. So
True.
it might have been the goal for what they were going for, but I don't think that those were the perfect choice.
I got you.
But now, in terms of a prediction, though, I think this is definitely one of the tougher picks, just because Arsenal is going to have some momentum. I feel like from escaping with a draw against Leeds when they get knocked down to 10 men. I think there's some victory they can take away from that. And then if you're Wolves, you're excited because this hot Southampton team, you managed to draw them and you brought it back. So I think they're going to come both with energy, and I think I'm seeing a draw here. But I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, Wolves-Arsenal. What do you got, Dave?
I'll keep it quick and brief. I have a 2-2 draw as well. And, they're just two average teams right now. Average form, not doing great. So
I like it. I got a 1-0 win for Arsenal because I believe in Aubameyang, even though I'm very angry. But yeah, I don't trust Wolves. I just don't. And I think Arsenal, they need a win. They have the personnel to get it. Do they have the formation? Do they have the coach to get it? I don't know.
Hey, T, I'm not going to – you obviously cut out right when you said who are you going to pick. I lost you.
I cut out.
Lost my connection. It's storming here. What'd you say?
I think he's upset at you, Terrence.
I really didn't hear
I'll
him.
say it
He said,
again. I said Arsenal 5, Wolves 0. No, I said Arsenal 1, Wolves 0.
Oh, no way.
I think
2-1. Just say 2-1. You know we're going to score a goal.
Nah.
No.
I think it's shutout. I think,
Leeds.
shutout. Arsenal wins.
Okay.
Aubameyang. All right, next game. Chunn's boys, the imposters, the pretender. Not playing. We have Leicester versus Fulham.
Yeah, Leicester is obviously disappointed with themselves, especially Jamie Vardy. They were wanting a win, if not just a draw against Liverpool. They got embarrassed. They'll look back on it and be like, oh, well, can't change the past, but you can change the future. Go beat Fulham 2-0. Jake?
Yeah, that was bad. I'm going to leave it up to Chun whenever it comes around, but that was incredibly poor. I was shocked by what I was watching. I just think that Leicester are still a lot better than Fulham. I'm going to go 2-0 also. I think that Jamie Vardy, he's got a lot to make up for. I don't think that the media gets on them like an Arsenal team. Like if that happened to Arsenal, Aubameyang would be getting thrashed. But yeah, I've got Leicester 2-0 here. Luke?
I think we're going to be dealing with the angry Leicester team this week. So I think it's, very, very likely going to be Leicester handling Fulham pretty easily. I'm going to give Leicester 3-0. Chun, what you got?
Yeah, okay. As a Leicester newly formed Leicester supporter, I guess you got some answering to do here. It was bad. I think, though, it's fair to say Liverpool clearly has some depth, and that their squad, although it's not top tier, their attack is still vicious. That I don't know how they destroyed our midfield. That me and Jake were talking about this. When you look at who they ran in the midfield, I'm not sure how that was just so dominant. But I do know that with Leicester, you have Maddison and Tielemans up top, and then you have Mendy in that holding position. And I just don't know if that's enough. I see him out there, and he doesn't look as sure on the ball. Maybe he's not the biggest, and I just feel like maybe we need Ndidi. If he comes back, I feel like that's going to be really good for our midfield. So maybe that could be a factor in terms of why. But yeah, like I said, there's really not much to say. They definitely outplayed us. But in terms of for Fulham, watching Fulham play, I don't think we're that bad. I think we're going to turn it back on, and I believe we will go 3-0, and Vardy's going to score. Dave, what do you think?
I got a 3-1 Leicester. I think Vardy's going to pound 5 Red Bulls before the game, go off. And,
Of course. He's a monster now, actually. He switched.
Exactly.
After the loss.
But yeah, I'm just going to go 3-1. I think that their defense is going to allow one through towards the end of the game when they're like trying to wrap it up and just be lazy. And they're going to squeak one in, but 3-1.
I'm a one-up Luke and go 4-0 Leicester. Vardy double. Under, he scores, and Madison with a banger.
Does Johnny Evans score?
Another own goal?
His own goal only, I think. Only his own net.
Right. Oh, Johnny. But yeah.
Chun, I got to ask you, are the alarm bells going off right now?
The alarm bells.
Yeah, what are you thinking I know it's very early, but have you been exposed?
No, yeah, I don't. It's tough because, yeah, you guys say it's before Christmas and stuff, but yeah, I think this will be one where we needed a better result to try to be a top-tier team. I think, especially with how people are going to start responding to it, that can't be good for Leicester going forward because now they're thinking this in the back of their head, like, oh, we just got beat 3-0 by Liverpool. If they even drew Fulham, that's going to start building this idea of maybe they're not good enough because, like, when you think of how they did it that year they won the season, it was just a stair-step. They were riding their momentum, riding their wins, and then that's what shot them across the line. So that was a moment where this Fulham game, we need to bounce back with a strong win. If we even draw them, my alarm bells will go off, and, yeah, that'd probably be when I would be worried.
I don't trust him, but that's just me. Jake, you know
I don't trust Harvey Barnes. Say that. I don't trust Harvey. I don't trust him. I wish we had someone with I'll take Sterling over Harvey Barnes at that point.
Give him some time. Harvey Barnes and Saka will be two of the best left wingers in the game.
Yeah. A lot of potential.
Ooh.
Last game of the day. You got a 7-8 matchup here, which is pretty good. West Ham versus Villa.
I actually found this one to be quite tough to pick.
For sure.
But then I was like, Villa, right now, the way they've been playing against these bottom half clubs, the losses to Brighton, Southampton kicked their butts, and then they beat Arsenal 3-0. They beat Liverpool 7-2, and then now you're like, what the heck? So now they're playing a pretty good squad in West Ham, and right now I've got West Ham because I feel like Villa, I like their chances against Chelsea, Tottenham than I do against Burnley or West Brom. There's that squad for me. I don't know how that can happen with your club, but I've got West Ham will pick out at Villa's weak defense. They'll get 2 across. I think Villa will get 1 just because Grealish and Watkins and Trezeguet. So yeah, 2-1 West Ham. Sadly.
Yeah, I've got this was the hardest one for me to pick. And I've been going back and forth on it. I'm just going to go ahead. I've got West Ham 1, Villa 1. Villa has not been in the best form recently, and honestly, I don't even know if you can count that Arsenal 3-0 as a great win. I know 3-0 against anybody is a great win, but it doesn't really redeem them that much for me. I just see this. I think this is finally it. Villa's got to step up here. This is the game that will knock them out of being a contender for anything. So, I've got 1-1. I don't see either team being able to keep a clean sheet, but I don't see a clear winner here. And this is just good. I don't really have much to back it up. West Ham, they're salty. Villa are salty. I think Villa definitely have more to play for here than West Ham. Terrence is probably going to disagree because he thinks West Ham should be contending for the title. But, yeah, I've got 1-1 here. Luke?
I also am going to go 1-1 here. I do agree. I think that Villa does have more to play for in the fact that they've kind of seen the top. They're kind of almost having this thought like we're trying to keep from falling back down, whereas West Ham's kind of in a spot where they've been. Like, they're just like, hey, I think we're an underdog. We're a good team. Like, but they're just kind of in that spot. Whereas Villa, they were in first place. Everybody was like, oh, Villa might be good. And so they almost have this feeling like trying to stop from sinking in a thought, which can really cause problems. But I got a 1-1 draw. Villa's not playing well, really, but I do think they're a better team. I think they should win, but I don't have a lot of confidence in them pulling it off. And West Ham is a good team. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good game, but ultimately 1-1 draw. I'm going to play it safe. John, what you got?
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with like Villa being the better team on paper, but man, seeing West Ham play every game, even if they're losing, I don't want to play them. I know when they played us, watching them play, they played some of the best soccer I've ever seen, the full 90 minutes, and I just don't want to play them. And for that reason, I've got to go for the draw as well. I wanted to be different and go for a higher draw, but I'm thinking 1-1 too, just because I think it's hard to say Grealish won't find a way to get through. But West Ham will hang with them, and they're not going to get blown out. I don't think it'll be a blowout either direction. So I'll go for 1-1. Dave?
I'm going with the 2-0 Villa win. And I think it's going to be pretty easy in the sense of they're going to control the game. Not like it's going to be like, oh, they're dominating or whatever, like they have no chance. But I think they're going to control it. And I think they're going to run them over.
David, I would have any reaction if it wasn't a Monday game because I think
Exactly.
now I wish I would have gone after you and just copied you because you're absolutely correct now. Mondays, don't bet against David.
Facts.
Monday.
I hope he's right. I hope he is.
It'd be good for Villa if he was right. They need it.
They do.
Yeah. I had 1-1 until Jake talked, and then I changed it to 2-1 Villa. Just because I'll take my 5 points at the end of the week to win and beat y'all. But also, I think Villa's the better team, and because everybody said that, it just gives me the confidence. Like Villa's the better team. I can trust them to beat West Ham, and I think Antonio's still not back yet. And West Ham, if they get in a scoring match, they're gonna lose because they haven't looked too good, like scoring a lot of goals. They can create all day. I guess I say that about a lot of teams, but it doesn't look like they put it in the back of the net. So that's who I got. Well, folks, that is the end of the Premier League Pick'em. So make sure you check out our Instagram where we'll be posting our picks so y'all can see those, but also who comes out on top. I can't wait to see who's going to win this week. Like I said earlier, Jake is the champ for the moment. Davis in second place, third place, and on doesn't matter. So make sure y'all please comment, like, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Real Football Podcast. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah.